Hello everyone, I'm Raga Supraja from EC department and I'm here to talk about blood gas analyzers. So let's get into the topic. What is a blood gas test? A blood gas test measures the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the blood. The basic respiratory function we all do is we inhale oxygen and we exhale carbon dioxide. As blood passes through your lungs, oxygen flows into the body while the carbon dioxide flows out of the body. The blood gas test is used to determine how well your lungs are able to move into the blood and remove carbon dioxide from the blood. So, this is also known as atrial blood gas test. So, here for measuring these, we use three electrodes. One is pH, the other two are PCO2 and PO2, and all these electrodes are maintained at room temperature. So, what does it do? A human body contains multiples of cells, and one such type is RBC, red blood cells or erythrocytes. These help in transporting oxygen throughout the entire body, and this is known as blood gases. This measures the concentration of hydrogen ions, partial pressure of carbon dioxide, and partial pressure of oxygen in our entire body. So, this also helps in measuring the electrolytes and metabolites, and some examples are potassium, sodium, glucose, lactate, and bilirubin. So, why is a blood gas test done? A blood gas test provides a precise measurement of the amount of carbon dioxide and oxygen levels in our body. So, this can help in determine how well our lungs and kidneys are working. So, when is this test required? Whenever we face any imbalances in the oxygen, carbon dioxide, and pH levels in our blood, this indicates that we have certain medical conditions such as kidney failure, heart failure, lung disease, asthma, etc. So in such types, this test is required, and this is how the test is carried out. First, the blood sample is collected from the artery, then it is sent to the laboratory for analysis, then it is analyzed within few minutes or few hours. We receive the results. So after receiving the results, the normal values are: atrial blood pH must be 7.38 to 7.42. Bicarbonate is 22 to 28 milliequivalents per liter. Partial pressure of oxygen is 75 to 100 mm mercury, and partial pressure of carbon dioxide is 38 to 42 mm mercury. Oxygen saturation is 94 to 100 percentage. So, pH measurement. So, what is pH? pH meter basically measures acid or basic in a fluid. The chemical imbalance in the human body is determined due to the pH of blood and other fluids. This is very important because the entire human body is made up of certain chemical components, and the balance between them is very essential. So the pH is defined as hydrogen ion concentration in fluid, and it is also defined as the logarithm of reciprocal value of H plus ion concentration. And the pH equation is given as pH is equal to minus log 10 of H plus, or log 10 into 1 by H plus. Okay. So the types of pH measurements are of five types: indicator method, litmus paper method, pH paper strips, caloric meter, and pH meter. And in this topic, we will be seeing about pH meter measurement. So this is the scale, as we all know, and pH meter is an electronic instrument used to measure the pH of liquids. So the neutral value is pH 7, and when the values are lesser than 7, the pH indicates it is an acidic solution, and when it is more than 7, it indicates a basic solution. So most of the body fluids are slightly basic, and the range between is 7.38 to 7.42. So when the pH values go below 7.3, it indicates respiratory failure. And when the pH value increases above 7.6, it indicates respiratory alkalosis. So in order to treat this problem, we use ventilators. So coming to the pH measurement, this is how the entire setup looks like. It contains three electrodes: glass electrode, reference electrode, and a combinational electrode. So the disadvantage of using a glass electrode is that it gives a very little of pH value. So in order to avoid this problem, we go for combinational electrodes. So a glass electrode is only sensitive to hydrogen ions, and it only allows hydrogen ions. Whereas the reference electrode is a calomel electrode, that is a half cell kind of solution where the electrode is coated with mercury. So in this entire setup, the electrolyte used is a solution of potassium chloride and saturated calomel. So once the glass membrane allows hydrogen plus ions, there is a glass bulb kind of thing at the base. It contains only acid buffer solution. So the glass tube contains silver chloride electrode and the calomel electrode, and the entire setup is placed within the electrolyte for measuring pH. So across the two electrodes, once the potential is measured, a minimum value of 8 to 10 is found out. So the electrochemical measurement obtained between the two electrodes is known as half cell, and the potential developed across the two electrodes is known as half cell potential. So as I said earlier, the glass electrode alone gives a pH of 7. So this is not used in the regular setup. So a special electrode is used in order to avoid this error. So let's see the types of glass electrodes and reference electrodes. So this is a glass electrode, and this is how the glass bulb looks like. So here the basic transition occurs. So once the potential is developed, if the solution is acidic, that means when the hydrogen plus ions are greater at the outer gel membrane than the inner gel membrane, it indicates an acidic solution. So after the potential development occurs, the hydrogen plus ions they tend to move towards the inner gel membrane, and the potential creates where a minimum amount of current flows, and here it acts as it acts as like a voltmeter. It is similar to a voltmeter. Okay, so then the pH is calculated and displayed. So this is the recent portable pH meter that we have been using in our day-to-day life. So coming to PCO2 measurement. PCO2 measurement is as similar to pH measurement, but the only thing is instead of instead of hydrogen ions in PCO2, carbon dioxide ions are allowed. So the partial pressure of carbon dioxide can be measured with the help of PCO2 electrodes. A linear relationship between the logarithm of PCO2 and pH of a solution is present. As I said, it has a selectively permeable membrane only to carbon dioxide ions. Okay. So in this electrode, the membrane permeable to CO2 is made up of Teflon, which is not permeable to other ions, and it affects the pH value when other ions enter into the entire setup. So the space between the Teflon and the glass contains a matrix layer. In pH measurement, we have a glass membrane and the glass tube. Here we have a Teflon coated layer and a glass tube, and in between we have a matrix layer. So this allows only CO2 to diffuse into it. So the partial pressure of gas is proportional to the quantity of that gas present in the blood. So this is how the entire setup looks like, and it is as similar to the pH measurement. So the only advantage of this is CO2 diffuses rapidly through the membranes than hydrogen ions. So coming to PO2 measurement, that is partial pressure of oxygen. So in this measurement, the platinum wire acts as an active electrode, and they are combined with glass for insulation. So for all types of measurement, only the tip is exposed in the entire setup. So once the oxygen is diffused into the electrolyte, the silver chloride acts as the reference electrode here. So once the oxygen diffuses, it is measured using a microammeter. So the electrolyte is generally sealed in the electrode chamber, by means of which a membrane through the oxygen can diffuse into the blood or the sample solution. So here we have two types of PO2 measurement, that is in vitro and in vivo measurement. In vitro measurement means the blood sample is taken out, the blood sample is taken outside the body and it is measured in laboratories. In vivo means everything happens within the body. Okay, so the oxygen saturation is determined when the blood is flowing in the circulatory system. And this is how the entire setup looks like. So the platinum wire, here the platinum wire is given to the negative electrode, and the silver chloride is given to the positive electrode with the voltage difference of 0.7 volts, and this is the chamber wherein the oxygen tries to diffuse, and this is the electrolyte. So this is how the setup of PO2 measurement looks like. So with this I conclude my session, guys. Thank you so much.